Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Eva. This is Eva the Vegan, where I share all things simple and sustainable living from the perspective of an environment science student, ethical vegan and activist. So today's video is kind of my top tips on going vegan, or just kind of answering the most common questions I get or queries I get on veganism. Since it is veganuary, I'll leave a link down below to veganuary if you want to check them out, and please of course leave comments down below and contact me on Instagram or Facebook if you want to know more about veganism. I'm very open about talking about it, but without further ado, let's get into my top tips for transitioning to a plant-based diet or a vegan lifestyle. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is supplements. A lot of non-vegans will tell you when you go vegan that you need all these supplements, and a lot of other vegans will tell you that as well, but I just want you to bear in mind that you know your body best, and a lot of these people that are telling you to take supplements are not medical professionals. I am not a medical professional. I'm not a dietitian, nutritionist. I'm not a doctor. I personally took supplements at the start of my vegan journey because I thought I needed to, but then as I've kind of educated myself and got more in tune, better mind-body connection, and just, you know, improved my health anyway, I don't take supplements anymore. Instead, I get my bloods done annually because I have an underlying health condition, nothing to do with my diet. And then I know if I'm deficient in anything, which I have been anemic both before I was vegan and whilst being vegan, but as a menstruating, running woman, that is quite common. So I have a seed mix that I grind down into smoothies, or I put on top of porridges and stuff. The nurses and the doctors which I've spoken to about it are happy for me to do that, and my bloods are absolutely fine. But yeah, don't be taking stuff and spending loads of money on supplements you don't even know that you need, because a lot of the time they're just full of crap. And next, I think we'll move on to a nice little controversial one, and that is protein, plant-based proteins. People love talking about plant-based proteins. As someone that's kind of like been into health and fitness for quite some time now, like most of my life, proteins come up a lot, especially in strength sports. And I just feel like we're a protein obsessed society. You know, you don't actually need as much protein as what a lot of people recommends. In fact, the Department of Health recommends that you avoid taking more than twice the daily recommended intake of protein, which for women is 45 grams a day, and for men is 55.5 grams a day. And yeah, they recommend between 0.8 and 1 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, which really isn't as much as we're all told, right? We're told that for our macros we should be hitting quite high on protein, and we're sold like paleo diets, and really, like, your body loves carbs, your brain survives on carbs. And again, I'm not a nutritionist or a dietitian, but I feel like we need to calm down on protein. But in terms of plant-based proteins, there are so many plant-based sources of proteins. It is incredible. There's no need to worry. You got beans, pulses, both super cheap as well, way cheaper than meat and dairy and eggs, tofu, and then of course you have like your mock meats. It's also worth not overlooking grains and pulses. Pulses are great for protein, as previously mentioned, but also grains, swapping out rice with things like quinoa, and just like diversifying the grains you have to more higher protein grains can really help bulk up your meals, fill you up quicker, ensure that you're fuller for longer, and just really help if you're transitioning from an omnivorous diet to a plant-based diet. So I guess that takes us quite nicely onto eating enough food. I feel like this is something that's not often talked about, but a lot of times when I see people who attempt veganism and fail at veganism, it's because they eat the same amount but they're only eating plants, and so they start to feel ill. That is simply because plant foods have a lot less calories in than animal-based products, and a lot of people just need to eat more. I consume between 2,000 and 2,500 calories a day as a 65 kilo woman. Like that's quite a lot. And in terms of volume on a plate, that is a lot of food. But you know, I've been vegan for almost 6 years now. I'm used to eating large portions. Also did a lot of work with like reverse dieting. So yeah, you just need to make sure that you eat enough. If you're hungry, eat. Try and really listen to your body and what your body wants, but try and eat whole foods, plant-based foods. Any lifestyle change needs to have something to motivate you. Why are you going vegan? what is it about veganism that drew you in? Is it the animal agriculture side, you know, the animal rights side, the environment side, health? Like what is making you want to make this transition? Find that, nail it in, get involved with local community groups and other people that feel the same way as you, because it can be quite overwhelming. For me especially, when I first went vegan, I went vegan for the animals, and I felt a lot of guilt for the years that I had eaten animals, and that I had been completely oblivious to the cruelty that was taking place as a result of what was on my plate. And it was really, really hard for me, and I didn't really have anyone around me that was vegan. I was the only vegan in the village. And yeah, I found that really hard. So find people that are on this journey too, that you can talk to if you're feeling that kind of guilt, and also can hold you accountable if you have less of like a heavy motivator. Definitely finding a motivator and educating yourself on, you know, what's going on and why you're doing this, because people are going to ask, is a great way to, yeah, motivate yourself to stay on track. Being prepared. People are going to ask you questions about veganism, about plant-based eating. They're going to ask you why. They're going to ask you questions like, where do you get your protein? Where do you get your B12? Don't you need to take loads of supplements? You can't possibly survive on that. Even now, after all these years, I still get family members, they learn about B12 and they're all up in my ear. Where do you get your B12? Where do you get? And they've never for once looked at their diet and thought, am I healthy? Do I get all the fibre I need? You're going to get a lot of questions. And so it's best to just educate yourself, watch a couple of documentaries, read a few books, read up on it online, follow activists online who do like vegan education, educate people about veganism, and educate activists about how to talk to non-vegans about veganism, because that is essential as well. Just being prepared for these kind of questions and to be able to answer them, and to just be able to brush it off as well sometimes. A lot of people always ask me questions about cheese. Oh, vegan cheese is so gross. I love my cheese. I don't want to like give up cheese. And to that, I usually always point to this documentary. It's called Dairy is Scary, and I will leave it linked above and below for you to go and watch. For me, the atrocities of the dairy industry are just, I couldn't care less about cheese. But then again, I never liked cheese when I wasn't vegan anyway. I just never really liked any animal products, to be honest with you. I was a very fussy child. But I love vegan cheese, which is really strange because people think vegan cheese is so gross, but I love it. I don't buy vegan cheese very often because it's just not part of my diet. But if you want to, then do that. I do recommend, if you decide to transition to veganism, you don't eat vegan cheese for like the first month, because it's probably going to taste rubbish, because you're just remembering what dairy cheese tastes like, and dairy cheese is just like full of casein, which is a hormone in dairy products that is kind of addictive. I'll leave a link down below to Dr. Michael Greger, him talking about casein and the impact that has on the body, because again, I'm not professional. But yeah, I recommend not having vegan cheese straight away, but transitioning to it slower, and maybe not having vegan cheese all the time, and spending a bit more money and getting artisan vegan cheeses that are made by, you know, vegan companies. Definitely give cheese a break for a while if you're not liking the vegan cheese, and again, find a motivation behind why you're not eating cheese, and that should make it a lot easier for you. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any of your own tips on going vegan, please comment them down below. I'm sure everyone would appreciate it. I would really appreciate it as well. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram if you want to see more from me, I guess, and regular story updates as well. Please like, comment and subscribe for more content from me. It would really mean a lot to me. Have a beautiful day, stay kind, and I'll see you in the next one, and happy veganuary. Bye.